All right, so we are back at the casa. And if you guys saw me earlier today, I did a stream with a friend of mine out of California. We were doing a sorry, I have to move my phone. This is how I monitor my chat. Phone over here, computer over there. Anyway, we were doing a art stream, and I was showing off my brand new IPEVO camera. Today, going to take a look at this here. Now, this is a Dire Troll kit from Nolzur's Marvelous Miniatures. This is a D&D brand. This is not exactly a bad thing. Now, a lot of people will just buy miniatures because they're miniatures. They're items that are going to help their game. And I get it. Like, I enjoy miniatures. I'm a painter. I'm not a good painter. I said I'm a painter. My friends think I'm a god, but whatever. I really like this hobby. And even with all of the crap that's happened, and I'm just going to say, with all the crap that's happened in the past 5 years, because I'm just going to talk about everything from the moment that Harambe died and you had a hot take about it to the moment where pussy hats became a forced item to wear because you were a woman, you were upset about Donald Trump, he says mean things, whatever. You get a bunch of people that don't know what they're talking about. They're just told to do something, say something from CNN or Twitter, and they'll just do it, whatever, no big deal, and then they go about their lives, which I prefer everybody just go about your life. Whiz kids, get your head out of fucking politics. You're a fucking gaming company. I look to you for escapism, or I used to. This is my last purchase from you. Ever. And it should be a warning to Reaper Miniatures, because Reaper needs to stay out of politics too. Actually, all you gaming companies, all of you companies that involve yourself with hobbies, unless you don't mind losing half your fucking audience, stay out of politics. Stay away from politics. Be done with it. There's no reason for you to lose your audience. You want to make more money? So, anyway, I'm unboxing this right now. We're going to see exactly what we get with this. But WizKids is really woke. WizKids loves being woke. They love it. Look at their Twitter account. I gotta share this shit. This is share screen. Yep, see that. All right. The official WizKids Twitter account on June 8th of last year. This isn't even new news. This is just how they operate now, because angry blue hairs are out there. And how dare you have traditional mindset to anything? But here's a list of games cobbled together by Robert Burke, with many reasons why you should never buy one. Things to teach your child. You don't have to believe all women. Some of them are liars. That's true. Ask the divorcees that are in your life. Anyway, silence does not equal violence. Avoid people who say that and find more intelligent friends. Yes. Yes. You can't be healthy at any size. Obesity will make you unhappy and kill you. Trust the police. They can help you if you're in trouble. Amazing. People are asking for more police after they defunded the police and crime rates went up. Respect the flag. People died for it. Pray, and God loves you. And in light of insensitive statements made by game designer Robert Burke, WizKids has ended their relationship with the Robert Burke games. As a result, they will no longer sell or market any of his games. Well, they broke their relationship with Burke because he's not a liberal. It's a real shame if people were to boycott WizKids games. And I shouldn't have bought all this fucking WizKids shit for the past year. I knew they were bad. I knew they were woke. I knew they were liberal. But there's no need. Yeah, I was searching if WizKids that's giving support to Black Lives Matter. Why not just, set your entire company on fire while you're at it? Don't get into politics if you want to make really good money. So we got this guy here. This is what they call a dire troll. I've never seen a miniature quite like this. I like this sculpt. I really do. You get two brushes. These aren't quite the quality of Reaper's brushes, I've got to say, but I'll buy brushes from anywhere. I'm a cheap bastard when it comes to brushes. I do have a couple Kalinskis that are about 20 bucks a pop, and those are about as rich as I get. Whenever I bring those out, I'm aiming to do detail. But these brushes look like they're about right. You get these. These are a Vallejo. Boris Vallejo is a really good artist. Anybody from first and second edition Dungeons and Dragons days, the real Dungeons and Dragons, I might add, because as much as I love third edition really wasn't D&D. It really segmented the entire gaming populace. A lot of people I know stayed with second ed. That's fine. But they give you some really neat colors here. Heavy red, vermilion, black, red, black, light flesh, dark sea green. And remember, this is only $20. If you don't care about a company trying to get all preachy with their fucking politics, this actually isn't bad. It's just not good because they're getting preachy with their miserable fucking politics. I don't have a problem with most liberals. Most liberals want to go to work, come home, have food on the table that they've provided themselves, and get better at what they do. They also want to do their hobbies, which is a way for escapism. Escapism is why WizKids has a damn money coming in. You got 4 varieties of green that you need for various troll-like reasons. It looks like they give you a good selection of color here. I'm just going to lay that there. That is a really good selection of color. Let's scrub this guy a little bit. The reason why I do this is that I always try to provide a surface that's going to be fairly dirt-free. I don't see any obscene mold lines. If you ever had a Thunderbolt or Grenadier early 80s miniature, you know exactly what I'm talking about, where you got to get out your knife and your file, and you got to start ripping the mold lines off, and you'll spend an hour just doing that. Hey, Bone, how you doing, sir? Just doing some prep work on a troll that I bought. Looks like a really good miniature. I'm really digging this guy. This thing is crazy detailed. Bone, I appreciate you stopping by today, sir. How have you been? Now, I'm not going to use their brush completely on this. I've got a fat dry brush that I want to slap some of this paint on first with. And I don't use Vallejo paints quite a bit. Vallejo paints are more for professional painters. I'm not professional. I'm really not. Bone says, I'm okay. Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear you're making it through all right. I don't know where you live, Bone, but I hope that wherever you're at, you're experiencing more and more abilities to get out and do the things you want to. Because I live in Texas, and we've been relatively mask free for a few weeks, especially since a certain thing started coming out. Certain individual had emails come out, and it's been kind of entertaining. I've been doing victory laps the whole time because I never liked this guy being a figurehead. Fauci had the worst take on AIDS back in the 80s. And I mean, the guy has a love affair with masks. He wanted people to be wearing masks, especially after they got done inhaling like their boyfriend's semen. And he wanted to have an entire group of people just not ever have the ability to breathe air unfiltered again. It just, the entire AIDS thing is just crazy. So when people started giving him like a value, it only took about 2 weeks of him being in the limelight. Now, I don't use airbrushes. Airbrushes are great, don't get me wrong, but I do much better with an actual brush. And the fact that I don't have to wear a respirator whenever I use this is the main reason, because I have to use a respirator at work a lot of times. I don't want to do that when I go home. But Fauci was just a joke to me after about April of last year. And the more he got on camera, the more I realized this man loves himself. I want to meet a woman who loves me like Fauci loves a camera. Okay. And as you can see here, I'm not really doing a whole lot of work on this. I'm more like just applying the paint itself. And this, the paint is a thinner quality than what most Reaper and GW paints are. I think that's why they chose it, because it is a real good acrylic, but it runs to the crevices and provides you almost immediate definition. Now, it's not a very thick paint. Vallejo has always been known as a very thin acrylic that you can do multiple paint layers on this, and it's going to come out fantastic. But for what I intended to make this video for, is this a good buy? Is this a good purchase? If you don't mind giving money to people that value Twitter and the woke crowd, yeah, for $20, you're not going to find another value where they give you 2 brushes and basically 12 paints at a very reasonable cost. You're not going to find that. I just wanted to open up and see what it was. I've got another one that I opened up earlier, and I'm like, this actually has a lot of stuff in it. And then I was talking to a friend of mine, and they said, you're going to talk about WizKids? I'm like, yeah. Do you know how crazy woke they are? No, I don't. And so literally the second I opened the stream up, let's take a look at this. And good God, this is trash. You know, WizKids make a very fine product, okay? But their social media, their political agenda for one half the country is not going to be enough to keep buyers. And until they change their heading, this is the last thing I buy from them. I don't mind this product. This product is actually really good. If I would have found this at a pawn shop for retail price, I would have bought it in a heartbeat, because I know that they wouldn't have made the dime off it. If I would have found this at Harbor Freight or somewhere like that, in no uncertain terms would I have hesitated. I've seen one other kit that they did. It was a Manicore kit, and the Manicore was not this size. It was respectable, but in the game it would be about large. So basically a 2.5-inch high figure. But if you are looking for a super scary looking troll, this is it. The Paint Night kit from WizKids is great. If you have a problem with political identity, well, Reaper's out there. Reaper might be in Denton, and they might say they're politically motivated with things, but I don't see their social media being nearly as disturbing as the WizKids. WizKids goes after people that say God loves you, and that really doesn't fly well with me. If I would have known that, I would have given a lot of money back to Reaper instead of going with WizKids. WizKids makes a fine product. They're just not politically feasible. While I don't mind some progressive ideas, I do like the cities becoming a little bit more diverse just so people can learn how to get along with each other. But I don't think that's ever going to happen. I think people are always going to be assholes. You're always going to have crime. You're always going to have problems. So don't try to lie to yourself, and don't, if people would live in harmony, it'd be great. It's hard to find harmony, though. You guys in the chat, are you enjoying the way that this goes on? Should probably tag culture in one of the discords. This is a pretty painless operation. Apply paint, slap paint to plastic. Now, culture and comics division were talking a while back about how they were kind of upset with the recent events with Wizards of the Coast, because Wizards of the Coast is trying to rewrite the Drow. And the Drow have gotten a new start with, I think it was Tasha's or some 5-year release. You don't really need the newest, shiniest edition of Dungeons and Dragons to play D&D. You have people like Mary Mayhem or Jesse Milestone, which they give a lot of grief to 3rd edition D&D. But I'm a 3rd edition fan. I became an adult during the point where that was being cool. I mean, I was already 18 in 93, but when you're in the early 20s and you go military, you kind of get socially retarded. You don't take responsibilities the same. You do things a little slower because Uncle Sam's going to make sure you have a roof over your head, but it's just a little harder to explain than usual. But the main thing is that when you're in an environment that doesn't require you to be completely fungible for everything you're doing, you already have a purpose and task. Just go do it, damn it. That's kind of nice. Well, when I say that I became a man during the 3rd edition D&D time, it was after I was 24, okay? And I didn't realize how many bad decisions I had made. But in your 20s, you make a lot of mistakes. Get used to it. So I was a young man, and 3rd edition became the game of choice, and friends of mine got into it. But we realized something. It took us a while. Don't make fun of the people that came before you. Don't make fun of 2nd edition D&D players. Don't try to shame them. Oh, you're playing 1st edition? No, let them have their table. Let them have their space. You really don't have an authority to tell people how, to play Let's Pretend. Or, hey, I'm slaughtering orcs today. I'm not going to adult. The main thing is that we learned that lesson about 2004, after the release of 3.5 D&D, which was a revision of the 3rd ed rules, which they weren't horrible. Some of them were cleared up. Some of them are really good, and they still hold up today. What kills it for 3rd edition for a lot of people is the level of complexity. And there's no real issue with that. I don't have a counter to that. That is a valid complaint. 3rd edition D&D is a numbers game. If you like doing your taxes, then you will like playing 3rd edition. I know a lot of people that they play 3rd edition on a regular basis. 5th edition has slimmed the rules a bit, made things less quite clear in some aspects, but you're still basically rolling a 20-sided die to see if you hit an orc. Paul was like, that thing looks like it came from Oblivion. It does, doesn't it? This is a badass looking troll. So we learned after a while, listen, that just let people play the games they want to play. And for 20 years, I've been a big fan, a big stupid fan of 3X gaming. I like Pathfinder, I like 3.0, I like 3.75. That is my favorite engine for D&D. I'm even using it as the background or the foundation for the new system I'm writing. Just going to be D100 based and not D20 based. If you can multiply by 5, you'll be okay. If you can't multiply by 5, well, 5th edition's over there, and you can play that, enjoy. But like Mary Mayhem and them were discussing on a stream not too long ago about how they hated 3rd edition, and they couldn't stand the 30s that were out there, the 30s being the 3rd edition fans that said 5th edition's for weaklings and for mental midgets. Well, bad on both of you. You guys need to learn how to get together and enjoy yourselves and enjoy your differences, because being able to play a game and enjoy it is all that really matters. It doesn't matter if you're playing the 1st edition D&D from 77, the basic edition of D&D from 74, second edition advanced from 1988-89. It doesn't matter. The fact you're getting together and making time in each other's schedules to hang out, frolic, and roll dice together, that's what fucking matters. If you guys can enjoy yourselves from that level, if you can get all of each other's fart jokes, and there will be fart jokes, if you can tolerate each other's bad habits like belching with the mouth open or stuff like that, you're gonna be fine. And up until recently, I didn't think D&D was possible over the internet, unless you were playing a video game. Oh, we're just gonna do multiplayer. No. Thanks to Zoom, thanks to Discord, thanks to StreamYards, thanks to everything out there that allows us to frolic together while we don't have to drive to each other's house. And sometimes, let's just admit, there are some people's places you don't want to go to. My apartment's getting more and more ratty. It's not my fault. It's the apartment's fault. The roof needs to be fixed. Come on, guys, get your shit together. This is my last year here. I'm looking for an actual brick and mortar home, preferably. I'll take wood house too. But anyway, sometimes you just go to someone's house and you realize, I don't really like this place. But now we can play online. Now, I'm not a fan for Roll20 or Fantasy Grounds or that stuff. As you can tell, I have a big hard-on for miniatures. I love miniatures. Miniatures are joy. This figure takes to the paint really well. And I think when I popped that open at first, I had not agitated it nearly enough. I didn't agitate it enough. And so you had some of the crap going straight into the crevasse, and it wasn't really showing off the qualities of this evil troll. You heard that the SJWs are trying to make anime woke. Yeah, I heard that. That's been a project of theirs for a long time. I don't think it'll work. Pretty certain anime is going to tell them to F off. Miss us with that bullshit. But everything has become politicized. It shouldn't be. But one side of the aisle feels that it's owed a list of grievances from the other side. I do like this fig. Baldur's Gate 3 is a D&D game on PC. Yeah, I played the first two. They were good. I think I have the first one on my iPad or on my Apple account, my iOS account. They're quite a bit of fun if you like tabletop RPGs. They're not the same. They're kind of railroady, but you don't have a living, breathing dungeon master that can just roll with whatever bad ideas you have. I actually know some people that wrote for that game. I just haven't picked it up yet. I don't have time. I want to paint miniatures. I want to run D&D or Pathfinder. I want to design my own game world. So many things I want to do. It's kind of funny, isn't it? Anyway, if you guys don't mind where your hobby stuff comes from, Bones, like I used to play Icewind Dale on PC back in the day. Icewind Dale on the PC is probably my favorite of those games. That was the game that I felt embodied the actual go in a dungeon and discover what lays within. That embodied it so much better than so many other games that came out at the time. Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 looks all right. If you like Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, put it on your buy list. I'm currently playing through Wasteland Part 2. Wasteland Part 2 is a nightmare game. Yeah, I bought 2 of these figurines, but I wanted to show you guys what everything came with and then how the paint took to it. That way you could see for yourself exactly what am I talking about when I have a complaint about it. I really don't have any complaints. It's actually a very well designed model kit. It's got great detail. I love the fact that you can put the details in. So anyway, it is almost 7 p.m. my time. I'm going to slap a little bit more paint on this guy, let him dry off, and I'm going to shut this stream off. There's other people I want to watch tonight, but I wanted to do one video and show you guys what exactly this troll had, and is it worth your time? You know, like I said, if you don't mind a company being woke as hell, go ahead and buy it. If you want people to have papers for their COVID virus or whatever, yeah, this is a good virus for you, or good miniature for you. If you like that your company that you're buying from is trying to be using emotional authority to bludgeon you into behaving like they want you to, yeah, this isn't bad. Bone, this is made of plastic of all things. It's a real high durable plastic. I was really surprised. They've been making it out of this material for a few years. And they've been improving their ability to carve the various effects a lot better. They got rid of a lot of the mold lines. They have other things available too here. Look at a figure and like, oh, I can see all these details in it. You guys can see all the details in it thanks to my brand new camera. Bones, like, I don't support woke products or companies. Well, I wish I didn't. I support Time Warner Spectrum, T-Mobile. Need to get out of T-Mobile. Need to get on with Patriot Mobile. Yes, Apollo, I said Patriot. Apollo's like, I made some Zek special forges. Special Forces. Zach, huh? Yeah, EA is woke. We all know that. That's fine. We expect them to be woke. They demanded a mention in the Triple X movie. At the start of the film, they had a real hot chick try to hit on Vin Diesel. His girlfriend come up behind her. You best know your place. The paint gets on here pretty good. I'll do a follow-up to this video in a couple days. We'll see exactly how this all works out together. Hopefully you guys got the idea that this is a pretty decent model kit. Yeah, this is a really decent model kit. All right. Appreciate everybody swinging by. For those of you that will be watching this on the reruns or in the after the premiere here, I thank you a lot for showing up. If you like my stuff, go ahead, like and subscribe to it. I am in a big push to get to 300 subscribers. I want to get Odyssey to appreciate me a little more. But I want you guys to have yourselves a great Saturday night. Do remember that today, June 6th, 77 years ago, we had a great crusade take place overseas in Normandy. And we hit the beaches and we did everything we could. Did everything we could to weaken them, to destabilize a German onslaught on Western civilization. "77 years ago. It's been quite a while. We're all getting older. It's kind of scary. All right. Hopefully this gives you an idea of the amount of creativity or proficiency you have to slap the paint on. Literally, it's all I'm doing with this. So, what did we learn today? Well, this product is really good. If you have an extra 20 bucks in your pocket and it's at a pawn shop, go ahead and buy it. If it's less than $15, go ahead and buy it anyway. Anyway, it's been a pleasure. And now we're the Yahtzees. Yeah, we are. It's been a pleasure to stream for you guys. I'll be around. I'm going to go grab some supper first because I need it. But I look forward to streaming with you guys later this week. On Tuesday night, I'll be with Brightest Day on his channel. And I hope that you guys have a good week until then. Thank you. How backwards this world has become. God, dude, have faith, Bone. Don't let them get to you. This will end soon. All this crap. Not through violence. I have a feeling it'll come through just normalcy. Anyway, you and Apollo Patriot have fun. For those of you watching this on the rewind, thank you so much for showing up. See you. Thank you, Bone.